Hello, my name is Will Miller. I'm president of the Wallace Foundation. Many people know us as a large national foundation that works in education, leadership, youth development, and the arts. But today I'd like to share with you a bit about how we came to have dual goals, making sure all of our initiatives both benefit the grantees we support and the field as a whole. The roots of our philanthropy lie in the personal interests of DeWitt and Lila Wallace, the founders of the Reader's Digest. DeWitt was primarily interested in education and Lila in the arts. After the Wallaces passed away in the 80s, their many philanthropic interests over time were combined until in 2003 it became a single private foundation with a board of directors and an executive director. Taking stock in 2003 when the Wallace Foundation was formed, Chris DeVita, the then president, and the board of directors looked back at the previous 20 years of work and concluded that there had been a lot of good things that had been accomplished, but there was little fundamental change in the fields they served. This led to a three-part approach to generating knowledge, where we start with understanding the context in order to define an important unanswered question, then designing initiatives that simultaneously generate those insights and capture the lessons and evidence, and then investing in catalyzing broader impact through policy change and practice improvement. What we learn in one initiative often leads to the next interesting question. This approach has recently brought us to the next step in our strategic evolution. A classic Wallace initiative starts with the evidence base that suggests a particular approach might be an improvement in practice, and we then design the initiative to test whether or not that approach produces those results. But we've been thinking lately about what do you do when there isn't strong enough evidence to create a hypothesis or a model to test. And so we've developed what we're calling a model development initiative, the point of which is to understand a problem space well enough to ultimately get to a new model or hypothesis that a later initiative could test. For example, in the arts, after several decades of investment in learning how arts organizations could build audiences, we realized that audience building alone was not going to lead to the well-being of that arts organization. But we didn't have another model or hypothesis to test in a new initiative. So we've launched a model development initiative called Advancing Well-Being in the Arts, in which we're seeking to understand the connection between the arts organization's role in its community and the well-being of that organization. From this, we hope to find a model we might test in a future initiative. So we're hoping to continue to learn about how arts organizations can have a brighter future and about how we design initiatives to be more effective. And we'll keep you up to date as we go along.